I was born in the year of 1948, on the way going out to Palestine, when the Israelis kicked out more than 1 million Palestinians as the refugees go to Jordan. In the way to Amman, I was born in between Amman and Yatta and Khalil. The most I remember is that the Palestinian parents are the most resilient parents of the world. My mother and father was trying as much as they could to alleviate the problem of living or being uprooted from one country and planted in another country, and the struggle that my father was trying to eliminate all this trouble from us. He was trying to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, but he was, at the same time, he was making us feel that we have to get education to get somewhere. So to him, it was very important for us to get education, get better. Because of the refugee situation, all the kids in the refugee camp were like kids in one family. All the parents looked after all the kids all together. I remember my mother would cook a meal, and by the end of the time that she finished cooking the meal, there's not enough left for us to feed her or kids, because there's the family, and there's the neighbors, and there's the people around the refugee camps, or at least where we live, would come and share with us. My mother cooking is the best ever. She passed away only 3 years ago in this country here. She was with us. I memorized all the things that she did, and she said that she acted on. God bless her soul. She was the most beautiful woman ever. Most of the dishes that she cooked for us were meatless, of course, because meat is very hard commodity back home. I remember very well her given her dishes names, unique names. Habit Rumani, which is a dish that made of adas and eggplant, and hamasis, which is, God knows whatever it is, they plant, it comes from, and fuli, which is full akhdar. Things like that, the dishes that really are hard to make, but delicious to eat. I wouldn't say she was the best cook in the world, but she was, to us, she was the best cook in the entire world. She would care for us very much. She would give us the food out of her mouth. She brought 15 of her kids up, and none of them went 1 day without dinner. I can't talk about Palestine for days. When I was growing up, all my memory is the memory of my parents of Palestine, that it's been planted in my head, and I share it as if it is my own, and I feel it is my own, and I strongly believe that it's my own, because I went there and I saw the land, and the land is much better than what my parents have even told me about. My father still has the title of the land, that his father gave him, and he inherited the land. But he was not being able to give the inheritance to us, but he gave me the titles to the land. He said, one day if they return, you have the title for the land. So I still have it. I went to Beit Masir in 1982, the first time. It was a shock. It was a big shock for me. The most beautiful on earth is Beit Masir. The shock to see that the village is intact. Some of the homes that were destroyed, they rebuilt on them, or on the basis of the houses. They rebuilt the homes and they lived in it. They gave my house to Soviet immigrants, and I had the chance to talk to her, to the lady who lived in our house, and I collected khubbezin from her phone to the house. We share the parents' memory, we share their thoughts of it, we share their feeling about it, and it's become an inborn thing in us that become part of us. It's us. It's the Palestine. Palestine was always a place to dream about, and we still do.